All right, we're live for the last time today, guys. So if you're tired of me popping up on your Facebook or your Twitter, or you're tired of seeing my YouTube tell you that I'm live, first of all, thank you for being a follower or a friend or a YouTube subscribers, I guess, on YouTube. Is that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. Anyway, appreciate you for sticking it out. I know these conference days, man, we get a lot of dings to your phone to let you know that we're talking, but always a good conversation. So Ryan and I are closing things out for the day. And looking forward to, I know you'll be back here tomorrow. I won't, so you won't have to worry about us blowing you up tomorrow. But as we close out today, you know, I know you've talked about some of the business you've completed this year across the state of Oklahoma and all of your service, right? You talked about it in New Mexico, Montana, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Northwest Arkansas. And so I realize that in a job in sales, like, you know, it's the good product is going to sell itself, number one, and which ACE gives you, right? ACE gives you that great product, the great format or business plan or model or whatever you want to call it. But a lot of it is that word of mouth, and we have to thank the people that we sell to, for one, being customers, but two, this is a big enough product, they're probably telling their friends about it, right?
Absolutely.
So those guys that you've worked with already this year, just a message for them, really.
Yeah, well, you know, you make a good point, you know, the product selling itself. You know, what we've learned is, you know, we put a product in, we put a new video board up at a venue, whether it be in a basketball arena or football stadium. We started to get the calls after that first game. You know, their opponents are calling us and saying, "Hey, we played over here. We saw that they had a new video board," and man, that really it's the best. That word of mouth and really them seeing it in action. We've seen whole conferences kind of come on board with us because they've seen the product in action.
And you don't want to get out. What is it? The arms race, right? You don't want to get outplayed. And
absolutely.
Talking about the transfer portal and stuff. You know, earlier today, throughout the day, that's something you got to worry about now.
Yeah, and we get those calls, and it's like, we saw that they did. How big was that board? And we're like, oh, it's a 19 by 35. We want to go like 40 by 50, you know, just bigger and bigger and bigger, especially down in Texas. We're seeing that a lot.
Yeah.
But in Oklahoma, that started to happen too. You know, I've had a couple of installations this summer, one over in Blanchard, one over in Latta. Latta being a little bit different, but Blanchard being a whole brand new structure and everything. And we're already getting calls from other schools, you know, and they're not even playing. I mean, we did it at the end of the school year.
Right.
But people are hearing about it. You know, they're going to cheer camp over there. They held a cheer camp, was the first thing they did. Every one of those cheerleaders is like, oh, Blanchard's got this amazing new video board.
For sure.
Four-sided. So, I mean, you know, word of mouth spreads. So that's good.
And we do thank you guys that are customers that have put it, the Blanchards, the Lattas. Excuse me. Yellen came on there. But, you know, the guys that are ACE Sports, and we've had some of them on today, right? Guys that have done business with the company. We can't thank you guys enough for entrusting us to put that in. That's a big investment.
It is.
And signing off for any one company to just be the ones to do it is fairly difficult in life. But when you get somebody as good as ACE Sports, like it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, our initial contact, whether it be at a superintendent level, an athletic director, or a coach, it doesn't really matter where. We're probably going to be pushed up to the AD and the superintendent anyway, because like I talked about earlier, it's a big capital expenditure. But, you know, some of the biggest champions that we've known have been these coaches, these high school football coaches, basketball coaches, whatever sport. They go, I want that board in my arena. I want that on my football field. And they really champion us up to the next level. And then, you know, we kind of can help take it from there. But we really appreciate, you know, everybody that we work with. I probably got, you know, I can't say where, but I probably got about 6 to 8 big football video boards that are going to go up in the next year. In Oklahoma. I've got a bunch in Missouri and some other states too. But I mean, those are ones a lot of those have started at the high school football coach level where we've seen them at a conference. This is a different conference. This is athletic directors. But we go to coaches clinics because we know the coach is the one he's the dreamer. He's the one that sees it and goes, I want that. You know, athletic directors do too, but a lot of times it starts at that coach level.
Starts with somebody listening to a podcast and going, let's see what these boards are about. Right?
Yeah, right.
gotta filter it up there. So those the people that are foreseeable future, they're going to be, maybe they're trying to make that decision. Maybe they're trying to figure out, do I go to the board with this or not, or I go to my AD with it, or it's a coach that is a dreamer. like kind of what's your message to them? That I guess sales pitch, if you will, but
Yeah.
why Ace Sports? Why do we come to you, Ryan, and try to start working this thing out?
Yeah, well, we've done it so many times. I don't want to say it's easy because it's never easy, but we've learned some things. We've learned what not to do. We've learned what to do. We can help early on in the process to answer a lot of questions. It sometimes takes a lot of asking and a lot of trial by fire, so to speak. So we take that knowledge and we help kind of hold the hand of who we're working with to get them. And sometimes there's different situations. If it's say it's a current high school and it's going to be a new build for a current high school, it's a little different than building a brand new facility and that being a part of it where you're working with some general contractors and things like that, engineers and things. But really just to involve us early on so that we can help you kind of make those decisions. And what I like to say is there's a whole lot of knowledge that's shared amongst our clients that have done work with us. We put multiple video boards up for them. We can share that knowledge, and that's really important.
I think really just the advice is don't dream too small, right? You
Right.
got to go big when you're looking at this. You can knock it out of your own ballpark, and then you have to pull back a little bit. But honestly, from what I've seen with Mark and the stuff he's shown me, like this is a fully customizable whatever you can dream up. You want your school's logo in a video board, we can probably pull that off, right? If you
Right.
want to, one of the coolest boards I've seen recently is the Oklahoma Sooners softball. They got the state of Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's like that's doable. That's not unfathomable, right? To go
Right.
out and get that type of a board. So don't dream too small. Go out and go for the whole enchilada, and then if we got to do some trimming to make it fit back to where your area can do it, where there has to be a realism part there, right? It's got to be realistic goals, I suppose. But Mark said the numbers time and time again. Essentially, 90% of schools never make a payment on this thing, right?
Right.
The model works.
The model works.
Letting Mark and Ryan and RJ and all those guys come in and help you. Not help you. Realistically, they do it for you. Go out and do the fundraising for you. You don't fundraise for your own. You say, I want the thing. Your board says, yes, let's get the thing. And then Ace goes to work, right? And we put the thing in, we install it, and we pay for it for you by doing the footwork, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that has been proven. That model's been proven many times over. Like I said, we've raised almost $40 million for schools for these projects so far. And that excludes everybody that, I haven't had a whole lot that I've had to do much with at all. The school has either had the money in a fund or they've written a bond for it. There's one a high school in Oklahoma City area that's looking at multiple locations right now that we haven't even talked through fundraising. They've got it written in their bonds already, specifically. So, obviously those are a lot easier, but, it just depends. There's another one, though, that I'm working with, talking about dreaming big. And it's a college in Oklahoma, a smaller one, and they're putting in a 50-foot wide center hung curved radius NBA style center hung structure. It's going to be insane, along with the video board at one end of the arena, and then new scoreboards all over the place, digital boards in the walkways. Digital boards in all the locker rooms. It's a big job. And
that's what you got to just swing for the fence sometimes, right?
Swing for the fence, and we're there to help you with that because we can get creative.
Yeah.
We can get really creative and show you some things that who wants to put the same thing up that the school down the street has?
Right.
Nobody. You want to differentiate.
Yep. So if you are a smaller school, he's talking about bonds and having things kind of pre-earmarked and all that. Like, we understand that's not everybody's realist, reality. So, but that's where Ace can come in and help you get those monies, those funds raised, and it's hacking the system. It's cheat code. I say it all the time. Like, after working with Kenny for just a few years, I realized it is absolutely a cheat code in fundraising. To just let this board, a bunch of pixels out there, raise all your money to help get your program over the hump, right, to that next level of whatever it is. And much like we often in podcasting and in coaching and everywhere else we talk about, athletics is the key to a successful academic school is having great athletics or supporting it. It's the same thing. You're going to support your athletics with this video board. And it doesn't matter if it's indoor or outdoor. You're going to track or football or baseball or wherever you need this install. It's going to help you get better.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring a lot to the table for you and your program.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Ryan. Well, man, it's been a wonderful day. We've talked to a ton of coaches, lots of traffic, foot traffic going by. A lot of people heard the name Ace Sports today. If you are interested in hearing what they've got, you can email Ryan at ryan.hughes@acesports.com. That's Hughes. Mark.bridges at acesports.com. You can email me at chamberlainfootballconsulting@gmail.com. If you're just confused on who you need to talk to, I'll get you in the right place. This is it. This is us signing off from Quapaw, Oklahoma. Until next year, I suppose.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me up here, Ryan. Guys, we will talk to y'all very soon. If you haven't caught any of these episodes today, these will be released each Thursday for the next foreseeable future. Some great conversations on a lot of really good topics today, so make sure you go back and listen if you haven't heard them yet. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.